Okay. Just to let everybody know, I just got an email for everyone. Sabrina's in the hospital. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, sorry. What happened?
She shouldn't have went on that trip. Bottom line, her blood pressure went sky high, so she went to a hospital and they admitted her. They can't get her. They're trying to get her blood pressure down. She can go into a heart attack.
Yes.
And if she go into a heart attack, it can be bad. She shouldn't have went on that trip. She should have listened to her doctor.
SubhanAllah.
SubhanAllah. Heal her. Yes. Everybody just keep Sister Sabrine in your supplication. Yeah, you got those type of problems, you can't do no traveling like that. All right. Yeah. Inshallah, everybody just keep Sister Sabrine in your supplications. Her daughter just texted me.
Amen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Excuse me. Keep me in your supplication too. I'm waiting on my doctor to call me back. I think you guys know I'm anemic, and I did what the doctor said, increased my iron. She said to take 2 a day, and it's given me a side effect. I can't eat. I throw up everything, and I don't even want to eat. The thought of food makes me sick, and my daughter said that's a side effect of too much iron. So I'm waiting. I'm not going to take those iron pills, not 2. I'll go take 1 because something's going on. It's making me I can't swallow and I can't eat. The thought of food makes me nauseated, and I'm real super tired. And that's, from what my daughter said, is a sign of too much iron. So maybe she needs to give me a certain type of pill instead of the ones I'm taking. My daughter said the ones I'm taking is too much. She said it's like 600 and something. She said that's just too much at one time. So anyway, we'll see. Waiting on my doctor to call me back. So if my phone rings, I'm going to have to stop because they usually respond to me real quick. In fact, it looks like I got a response. Hold on for a second, guys. She told me to stop taking it for right now. Just stop. Wait a minute. Let me hold on, guys. Let me leave my doctor's here. Let me log into my chart. Okay. Yeah, she told me to stop taking it, and I'm not going and see her tomorrow. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get started. Inna alhamdulillah wa salam Allah wa rasulullah. Welcome to the beginning of our classes for today. And I want to let everybody know that don't forget that right after this class, we have the class with Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli on Hadiths for Muslim women. And then at 9 o'clock tonight, I'll be doing the signs of the last hour. And just to let everybody know, the signs of the last hour today, inshallah, for that class, you don't want to miss it because it's what a lot of you have been asking me about. Let me see if I can do a screen share since I didn't do an upload. Tonight, we're going to speak about the Antichrist. The Antichrist. Let me share it. Yeah, so this is what we're going to be speaking about tonight at 9 o'clock, the Ad-Dajjal. A lot of you have been asking me about that. That's going to be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to go over all the authentic hadiths that speak about his arrival, how he will come and all of that. And there's a lot of hadiths about the Ad-Dajjal. Most of the hadiths are not authentic. Okay, and we're going to go over the authentic ones. So that'll be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys share that. I will post that up on YouTube, and I'll post it up, that flyer I just made. I meant to post it up last night, but I got sick. But I'll post it up today. I just remembered. So you guys can pass it around at 9 o'clock tonight, because I know that the brothers have been waiting for me to talk about that. We did the war against Islam, and then we'll do the that tonight, inshallah. And also tomorrow, since this is the first day of Dhul Hijjah, which everybody knows, this is the first day of Dhul Hijjah. You want to do as many good deeds as you can. It's not just limited to fasting. Not everybody can fast like me. I can't fast with my sicknesses, but any good deeds you do are rewarded up to 700 times, just like Ramadan. So, being kind to your parents, for the kids here, helping your mother with the dinner, helping your mother clean the house up, helping your siblings with their homework, things like that are what the kids can do. Taking the garbage out for your mother, going to the store to pick up things your mother needs and your father needs, things like that are good deeds that we can do to get the reward. Everything is not just fasting, because that's an email that I got to. A lot of people were saying, what are some things they can do to get the reward? And if they can't fast, well, a lot. Me teaching, sitting here, spending more time teaching, doing the videos I do for the website. Any good deeds are multiplied up to 700 times during these 10 days. So any good deed, a smile, saying good morning to your neighbors, helping your neighbor carry their groceries in, okay? Things like that, calling your relatives, just calling your grandparents to check on them. Hey, grandma, I just want to check and see how you're doing. Calling up your aunts, your uncles, simple things. It doesn't take much. Allah loves good deeds. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, do good deeds according to your capabilities. So if you are a person, say, for example, you are a person like Sabrine. Sabrine is very sickly. She got a bad heart. She can't do all that fasting. These are things that she could do. Okay. In fact, you don't want to fast if you're sick, because, that's not a good deed. You're doing something that your doctor told you not to do, that can jeopardize your health. So replace it with something different. Go to the mosque. If you're a man, go to the mosque and perform your prayers there. If there's something that you ain't been doing, start praying your prayers at the mosque. Little things like that are what we can do during these 10 days of Dhul Hijjah to get the reward. Okay. And a lot of people have to make up their Ramadan fast. This is a good time to fast. First of all, you're not going to get any reward for any voluntary fast until you complete Ramadan. But if you fast these 10 days of Ramadan, that's a good deed. Even though you're fulfilling your obligation to Allah, Allah will reward you. Allah will reward you for choosing to do it on these these good days. I mean, it's not hard to get rewarded. All good deeds are actions of charity. Okay, Brother Ahmad, coming to my website. You're learning the religion. That's a good deed. Learning Islam is an obligation, just like wearing a hijab. Wearing a hijab, growing your beard, making your prayers are obligations. Fasting, Ramadan, is an obligation. Allah commands us to seek knowledge of the deen. The fact that you guys are seeking knowledge of the deen, that's a good deed. You're getting blessings for participating in the classes here during these 10 days of Dhul Hijjah. You know, that's one of the best things you can do. This is an act of worship, just like fasting is an act of worship. Seeking knowledge of Islam is an act of worship too. So that's a great thing that you can do if you can't fast. Like me, I can't fast with my health issues, especially now that I'm whatever's going on with me and I don't know what it is. If I started fasting, I'll probably pass out as weak as I feel and can't stay awake. Okay, so I'm going to beef up my classes. I'm going to beef up, and this is something I can do easily that doesn't take much from out of me physically. And it keeps me in remembrance of Allah. So the same with you. Everybody understand that? So any good deeds that you do during these days are multiplied. And that includes learning your deen. All right, any other questions about that Dhul Hijjah before I start my class for the day? Because today what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by showing you pictures. Oh, yeah. And I want you to tell me what prayer time is it. Okay, let me share my screen. Let's see how well you guys can do with this. Okay, everybody should be able to see my screen. Okay, I want you guys to look at this picture on my screen. Look at the sun. Look at the horizon. Look at the colors in the sky. Look at the top, the bottom, the middle, where the sun is placed. And I want you guys to tell me, is this sunrise or is this sunset? This is a question that one of the students here asked me. How can you recognize sunrise from sunset? Real easy. Look at the sun, look at the horizon, look at the colors and the placement of the colors. Is this sunrise or is this sunset?
This is sunset. And it's because if you look at the colors that's in the horizon, you see that red going across the bottom of the sky. That red tells you that Maghrib is coming in.
Okay, does everybody agree? Does anybody, does anybody disagree? Go ahead.
I believe this is sunrise because the red is supposed to be be at the sky. It's supposed to be at the sky when it's sunset.
Okay, who is that answering? So I don't know who's answering because I couldn't see this.
It's Tony.
Oh, that's Tony? Okay, so Tony says sunrise. And who was the other person again? Y'all see, that's how messed up I am. If I can't remember, if I'm not Rashida, if I'm not focused good, guys, it's because I told y'all I'm sick. I'm real in my balance, my memory. I think I'm iron overdosed. That's what my daughter said. And my doctor just texted me and said, stop taking the iron and come in and see her tomorrow. Okay, so let's see what they said on oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me cut it down. Let's see what answers we had on the other program here. What did you guys think? Okay, Pamela, she said she thinks it was sunset too. Okay, Jamila, sunset too. Ifti, sunset too. And she said the orange and red at the bottom, yellow, white. Okay, lifestyle. She said it's sunrise. Fajr, after Fajr. Okay, let me give you guys the correct answer. Good job, lifestyle. Good job, Tony. This is sunrise. And you had it backwards, Ifti. You guys had, and Rashida. Wait a minute. Current slide. You got it backwards. Look at the placement of the colors. At the top, it's nothing. It's white. Look at the beans. The bottom is yellow and orange. This right where the sun is yellow. Across the horizon is the get that kid off the get Fatima Matthews off this screen, somebody. Fatima, what is your problem?
I'm sorry, Sister Layla.
Are you crazy?
I thought I was doing it by myself.
You know darn well I don't allow no kids to write on my screen. This is an old woman.
I'm sorry, yes.
Okay, this is sunrise, guys. And that's because of the placement. Look at the colors. The yellow has come from the bottom. Remember, if it's the orange and the yellow is at the bottom and the top is white with no color, that's how you can recognize sunrise. If this was sunset, the top would have the yellow and the top would be yellow and the bottom would be the orange and red. The top here is light. So this is sunrise. Sunrise. Okay. Now, look at this. Look at the placement of the sun. Look at the horizon. Look at the colors around the sun. Look at the colors at the top, at the bottom. And tell me, is this sunrise or is this sunset? What do you guys think?
Sunset.
Okay, Jamila said sunset. Anyone else? Okay, again, this is sunrise. This is sunrise. Look at the top, Jamila. There's nothing at the top. It's white. The clouds are reflecting the red from the bottom. The sun is coming up, not going down. It's coming up. If it was going down, there would be dark colors at the top. The top would be red and yellow and all of those colors. The top is blue. In fact, you can even see the blue up there. So that's how you know this is sunrise. The sun is going up. All the colors are at the bottom. So that means it's going up, not coming down. Everybody understand that? Let's see what they had on. Pamela got it wrong too. Everybody got it wrong.
Yeah, it looks like a sunset, especially because the ocean is the sun
No.
goes down the ocean.
But what's the top?
Exactly.
What is the top?
But Sister Layla.
No,
Yeah,
but don't
you're right,
argue because
Leah.
I'm getting ready. Y'all get ready. When y'all see a sunrise, y'all only see the difference. Look at the top. Is what colors up? That's blue. That's blue sky.
Yes, Sister
Yeah,
Layla,
when the
but-
sun, hold up. When the night comes, is the sky blue? When the night comes, is the sky blue at the top? No, this is sunrise, not sunset. That's why I tell you, look at this positioning of the clouds, the color at the top. The sky it's not blue when it's nighttime. The sky gets dark. This is early sunrise. This is when you wait till that sun comes completely up, then you make the duha prayer. This is this is way after Fajr. Look at that top part, the sky. Everybody see that? I'm still screen sharing, right? Yeah. Okay, now look at this picture. I know it's hard. It's hard because you guys weren't raised on this. And, you know, Muslims today are privileged because everything's handed to us. We have technology. But if you were living out in that desert, if Sister Shamsa was here, she could, because her family, she's from Somalia, and her father taught her. She said they don't have clocks. They look at the sky. That's why Shamsa can get all these right. If she was in here, all her answers would be right because she was trained to do this. Because if you got to depend on that technology, her father taught her as a kid, she said, look at the sky, the top, the blue. Ain't nighttime doesn't have blue. Everybody see that? Okay, let's try another one. Hold on, let me Screen again. Y'all got the screen again. Okay, ready? Okay, what about this? Look at the sky. Look at the colors. Can't even see a sun here. And oftentimes we'll look up at the clouds, at the sky. You can't see the sun because it's hidden behind some clouds. But look at the colors.
They're yellow.
You're right. And the top is
A
blue.
little blue.
Right. So this should be easy for y'all. What prayer time is this? When the sky is yellow.
It's after Fajr.
No, this ain't no horizon. There's no horizon here. This is the sky. Sunset and sunrise, you look at the horizon. This is the real sky. This is not a horizon. The sky is yellow. It's turning yellow.
So
the top is blue with light, and you see yellow is coming around. That's because the sun is hidden by clouds. I picked this picture on purpose, but the sky is turning yellow. Come on, this is easy.
Asr.
This is Asr. This is Asr, exactly, because the sky is yellow. With Asr, the sky was blue, no colors. Remember, with Dur, there's no colors at all in the sky. You can tell Asr easily because we go from blue to yellow. And this is not a horizon. You don't look at if the sun was rising or setting, you could see a ball. You can't see the ball here. There's no horizon. That's why I was telling you, this is not a land. This is real sky. This picture is no horizon. So this should tell you this is the beginning of Asr. This is when the Adhan for Asr is called. Let me see if they got it right on who was one that said Asr on that one anyway? Who did?
I did too.
Yeah, good. Good. That was Asr. That's no horizon. That's just yellow in the sky. There you go with Asr. That's Asr to me is the easiest one to tell. Yes, good job. Jamila got it right here on yes, Halima. MashaAllah. Halima got it right. Good job. Margaret got it right. Good job. Pamela got it right. All of you got Asr right. Good job. Asr's easy. Okay. Because you don't have to look at the horizon. Just look and see all that yellow coming in. Yep, there it is. That's Asr. Okay. For sunset and sunrise, always look at the horizon. Those are the only two prayers where the horizon directs you. Okay, let's try another one. What about this one? A lot of people don't have time to look at the sky. You sitting in your house like I am. I'm always on the computer, either teaching or doing videos or scheduling or either praying or for somebody to do right with here. So I can just look around the house sometimes and tell what time this is. What time of prayer is this?
The reflection is yellow. So a little bit after Asr.
That's what I was thinking, Asr.
Okay. Why do you think it's Asr? Anybody? What's the key? This is why Asr is the easiest one. What is it about Asr that makes it one of the easiest ones to recognize? You don't even have to go out your house to know it. What is it?
Shadow.
The shadows. Exactly. The shadows are lets you, if you can see a shadow, you know it's Asr. And even the companions found it easy to recognize Asr because they didn't have to go outside to look. The shadows would appear in your house like this with this lamp. That's why I like this picture. This lamp picture was a great giveaway. This is Asr. No other prayer produces shadows but Asr. Sunrise does not produce shadows. Neither does sunset. Only Asr produces the shadow. And when the shadows disappear, that's when you know it's Maghrib. So if I wanted to, like me, a lot of times y'all see me sitting here and me and Latifah and Carmetta, we all live in the same city, but we're in different parts of the city. So you will hear Latifah say it's time for Maghrib, and I'm sitting here. She said, "Lady, you gonna pray?" I say, "I still got time," because I still see the shadows. My shadow of on the desk. Maghrib is when the shadow goes away. That's another way you can tell the difference between Maghrib and Fajr. Maghrib, the shadow that was there has disappeared. So I'll sit here and tell y'all I got a few more minutes. When y'all hear me say I got a few more minutes, it's because my shadow, I'm looking at the shadow from my light. The shadow, I can still see my shadow on the wall. I can still see my shadow, the cat shadow. That means I got a couple more minutes. Okay. Asr is the easiest one. Okay. Look at the screen. What time is this? Uh-oh. Good Lord. I see Layla got, I'm telling y'all, I'm really off. My equilibrium is off and everything today. I'm just feeling weird. Okay. Look at this picture. This should be easy. What time is this?
Asr.
Asr.
MashaAllah. Why did you say Asr for the baby?
Because they has the people's shadow. It has the shadow.
Exactly. That was Princess Amalia. For those you don't know, she's from the royal family of, I can't pronounce the word, her country in Africa. She's a princess, a real princess.
Tanzania.
Say it again, baby. Tanzania.
Tanzania.
That's it. She's from Tanzania. She's a princess from the royal family of Tanzania. And look at that. This is Asr because of the shadow. So this is how you can recognize Asr if you outside. If Princess Amalia was outside with her father, you know, in the woods, when they start seeing their shadow, that's when their father would say, "It's time for Asr. It's time for Asr." In the house, I look for the shadows of the lamps on the walls, and outside the shadows, you know, on the ground of yourself. Yeah, that's Asr. It's easy. Okay, look at this picture. You might find yourself like this outside. What time is this? Look at the position of the ground. Look at the things and the trees and what's around. Look at the sun. What prayer time is this? This is easy, guys.
Asr.
MashaAllah. Good job. This is still Asr. Why? Because of the shadows. Whenever you see shadows. And that's why the prophet said Asr prayer can leave quickly, because we don't know how long we're going to see them shadows. That's why you don't want to, you know, delay making that Asr prayer, because as soon as those shadows are gone, that's Maghrib. Okay, that's Asr. And what about this one? This is not a horizon. Those are trees and stuff. But look at the sky. This should be easy for everybody.
Asr. It's Asr because the sun is yellow.
Exactly. This is the beginning of Asr. This is, look at the white sky. This is just leaving Dur. Dur has just left. Dur has left the building. They are now calling the Adhan for Asr because the sun is turning yellow. This is the beginning of the yellow. And the rest of the sky was that clear, no color. This is the beginning of Asr. Okay. What about this? And forget this black and white is not part of it. Is that okay? What? Look at the trees. Look at the sky. Do you see any shadows?
Is it dawah?
MashaAllah, this is Dur. Exactly. This is the difference, guys. Dur has no colors. It's nothing but the sky. It could be white. It could be blue. It could be black. There's no shadows on the trees. There's no shadows nowhere. There's nothing on the horizon. There's no colors at the bottom, no color at the top. That's how you can never differentiate Dur. You can't mix Dur up with anything. If there's still color in the sky, it would be Fajr. I mean, not Fajr. What you call it? Sunrise. That's all part of the early part of the day, the morning. And, you know, even though Fajr is over, it would be called the morning, the early part of the day. And when all those colors go away, when all those colors, the red, the yellow from the sunrise and goes away, and the sun is at its top, at the peak, this is Dhuhr. Okay. What about this? What time is this?
Fajr.
Usher.
Look at the sky. Look at the horizon. And these type of prayers, Dhuhr, for Maghrib and Fajr, horizon. Top part dark. Bottom part almost dark, but just a little sliver red. This is Isha. This is the beginning of Isha. Okay, look at the night. See that y'all see the difference between sunrise and sunset? Sunrise, this would be white. Sunset, it gets dark. The sky gets darker, black. You would look up and see black, not white. That's how you can tell a sunrise from sunset. This is sunset. All the color is at the bottom and it's not yellow. If this was sunrise, this would be yellow and this sky would be clear, white, no stars. This is Maghrib, about to turn into Isha. This is almost time for the Adhan for Isha. Okay, now this one should be easy. What time is this? This should be real easy.
12. Yeah, Dhuhr.
Yeah, this is Dhuhr. This was the, see how Dhuhr is, no colors at all. All you see is the sunbeams, the rays of the sun, and the color of the sky. This is Dhuhr. Okay, and so that's all today. And like I said, it takes a little time. It took me some time to learn how to do this. I learned this from Sheikh Morsi, believe it or not, 20-something years ago. Sheikh Morsi taught me how to look up at the sky and tell the prayer times. It takes a little while. Some people grow up with this, like Shamsa. Shamsa said, in Somalia, her family grew up with this. They didn't depend on clocks and none of that stuff. So it's easy. Once you can do it, it's pretty easy. Like right now, I'm looking out there. This is Asr time for where I am now. There's no, when those shadows start really, really coming in deep, that's when I'll know it's time. I'm getting close to Maghrib. Okay, good job on that, guys. And now what I want to do is just, the lecture today is going to be short. I just got 3 slides that I want to show you. And we're going to speak about, again, the last few slides on covering yourself for the prayer. We talked about the order of a man and the order of a woman yesterday. Well, today I want to go over what must be covered when we pray. And I'm going to show you the hadith with all the dalil, because that was the question for yesterday. Everybody can see my screen now, inshallah. Yeah, no, I wasn't screen sharing. Okay, y'all can see it now. So let's go over what must be covered in the prayer again, some more hadiths. A lot of people, the brothers ask me, Sister Layla, is it true? I think Brother Ahmad asked this. Do we have to wear 2 garments? What about these hadiths that speak about wearing 2 garments when you pray? It is preferred for a man to wear at least 2 garments. But if all you got is one, then it's okay. That's what that hadith that Sheikh Morsi told you guys. If a man ain't got nothing but 1 garment, he can tie it around his waist and pray with his chest out, because your chest is not part of your order, but your navel to the knee is. But if you do have more than 1 little garment, then you have to do like Sheikh Atlee and cover that stuff up. And we went over the hadith where the prophet said, pray in a shirt, one shirt, long as it comes down to your knee, and button it if you can. And look at this hadith. Ibn Umar tells us that the prophet said, if one of you is going to pray, he should wear 2 garments, because Allah has the most right that you look nice for him. If one does not have 2 garments, then cover himself with a cloak and when he prays, but not like the Jews do. So this is what Sheikh Morsi was saying. This is his hadith. Okay. If you don't have 2 garments, then you cover yourself, the lower part, the navel to the knee. Okay. But if you got more than 2 garments, more than 1 garment, show some modesty before Allah. Remember, like Dr. Asim said, when we stand to pray, we are standing in the presence of Allah. And you're getting ready to talk to Allah. You want to make sure you look nice and respectable. And that's for the women and men. We also have a hadith where Ubay and Ibn Masud got into an argument. They were arguing. Ubay thought it was permissible to pray in just 1 garment. Ibn Masud was telling him, no, it's haram. You can only do that if you have no other clothing. Umar heard them arguing, and Umar said the correct answer is this: if Allah gives you more clothing, you should wear more clothing. A man can gather his clothes around him, or he can pray in a waistcloth, like Sheikh Morsi said, or a cloak, or a waistcloth and a shirt, or a waistcloth and a caftan, or in some pants and a cloak, or in pants and a shirt. They wore pants back then. I keep telling y'all, pants were not invented in 2023. Pants were invented centuries ago, they claim, by the Egyptians, but the Arabs said they did it, and the Persians said they did it too. So Allah knows best, but pants been around forever. Umar said you can pray in a pair of pants and a shirt, pants and a caftan, pants and a shirt. So this is the hadith that what Sheikh Morsi was telling you guys. Only if a person doesn't have nothing, because not all the companions were rich, guys. Some of them were really poor, and all they had was a loincloth. But you guys got clothes. There's no excuse for any of you brothers to be standing up before Allah, disrespecting him with your chest out, your shoulders not covered, your derriere hanging out when you bow and bend. You brothers got to show some respect before your Lord. If Umar were here, he'd get in your case about the way y'all look when y'all pray. We have another hadith from Buraida that the prophet forbade him to pray using an improperly fixed sheet to cover his altar. In other words, that have part of your behind sticking out. And he forbade him to pray in pants without a shirt. Why? Because Buraida had clothes. He wasn't one of the people of Sufa. He wasn't poor. He had clothing. So the prophet told him, you put on some pants and put on a shirt. You don't stand there, with just a loincloth on. And that's the hadith that Sheikh Morsi was given. And that's why Sheikh Atlee told you, brothers, you better cover it. And also you want to wear your best clothes. Hassan, the son of Ali, the grandson of the prophet, whenever he went to pray, he would wear his best clothing. And someone asked him why he did that. He said, because Allah is beautiful and Allah loves beauty. So I beautify myself for my Lord. That's my hadith. Y'all see where I get that from? And also he said, Allah says, adorn yourself for every prayer. And Allah didn't sit there and say only men. There's no words that say only men. A lot of people ask me, Sister Layla, Why do you put your kohl and makeup on? Even when you're in the house, why not? Allah loves beauty and Allah sees everything we do. When I sit here on this computer to teach you guys this religion, I know that my Lord is watching me. I want to look good for my Lord. I want to represent Islam and how a Muslim woman is allowed to look to please my Lord. And I try to let you sisters understand, Allah never said for a woman to be ugly. Allah never said for a woman to be shabby. The Prophet's wives weren't ugly. They were not shabby. They wore the best silk, the best silk satin. Aisha had wore a wool fur coats. Like the Prophet said, if Allah has blessed you with provisions, show your gratitude. So can't no man on this planet, I don't care who he calls himself, tell his sister Layla that she's a woman of zina and that she's going to hell because she got on a nice looking abaya, a nice looking matching hijab, and she got her kohl on. I do it for Allah. And I'm in my house, dudes. I'm in my home. I look good in my home for my Lord. This is how the companions thought. This is how Aisha thought. This is how Aisha was, Salama, Habiba, all those companions. So don't you women sit around letting these twisted men of today tell y'all that y'all supposed to be ugly and trifling looking and shabby and not matching and tacky and cover your face and your hands and don't talk and hold your head down. And that is not Islam. That is not how any of those female companions were. There's many hadiths that speak of the beauty of the Prophet's wives and how nice they looked in clothes, how Salama loved to wear blue. How Aisha loved pink and red. How Zainab loved green. Come on, people, wake up. Allah is beauty, and He loves beauty. He did not say only beautiful men. Allah is not LGBTQ. Maybe you brothers are LGBTQ, but Allah is not LGBTQ. He didn't say He only loved beautiful men. Hello. I rest my case again. Oh, thank you, Shaker. I forgot we're streaming on Leap. Heba, all the sisters in the United Arab Emirates have said amen. Yeah, those women dress nice too. That's right. Don't no women walk around looking ugly. Allah doesn't like any ugly anything. Okay? And when you pray, sisters, when you women pray, make sure your breath is clean. Because when you recite the Al-Fatiha, you're talking to Allah. Make sure you got on clean clothing, that your clothing don't have spaghetti and hot sauce and whatever else on it. Because your husband told you that you could be trifling. Like El Hassan said, Allah is beautiful. He loves beauty. So I beautify myself for Him. And even Allah says, wear your adornment for every prayer. All the companions put on their best clothing when they prayed. The Prophet taught them that. Aisha, the women put on their best clothing too. Now, what about uncovering the head during the prayer? This is a question that a lot of the brothers ask. Do they have to wear a tabush? The Prophet would sometimes remove his cap and place it in front of him as a sutra. Now, for women, you know, as Muslim women, no woman's prayer. Aisha said no woman's prayer is accepted unless she has a khimar on. But for the men, they don't have to wear a turban or a hat. Okay? And also we should face the Qibla. If you know where the Qibla is, face it. Allah says, turn your face to the Masjid al-Haram. So we face the Qibla when we pray. Does everybody understand that? Everybody knows that. I don't have to go over these hadiths. You guys know that. Okay? And if you cannot determine the direction of the Qibla, then just guess. If there's nobody that can tell you what the direction is, then just guess, and you don't have to remake your prayer over. The only time you don't have to face the Qibla is if you're doing a voluntary prayer. Okay? If you're doing a voluntary prayer, then you don't have to face it. The second case is if you are sick and can't face the Qibla. Say, for example, my knees are acting up and I cannot stand up and face the direction of the Qibla. In that case, then I can pray as I am, laying in my bed. Like when I was in the hospital and had surgery, I couldn't get up and out the bed to turn to face anything. I sat there, Allahu Akbar, and prayed in my bed, facing whatever direction that is. Those are the only two times. Voluntary prayers, or if you're too sick to face the Qibla or can't face it. But if you're well, find out the direction of the Qibla. So those are the things I wanted to go over today about the prayer. Tomorrow I'm going to give you a quiz on this. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika.